he'll start the first week of January.
She's turning on.
Yes. By the end of January.
She does that.
Michael was
She's
very
very
good.
good. Because
And then when he's not in school, he'll be back on the streets. So
it seems like he's got a great personality.
he is, he's really.
You're right. You're right. But we do have circumstances before.
Really good. But probably that's just.
He doesn't want out of
Totally non-committal, huh?
Go ahead.
Let's call the regular meeting of the Almont Village Council to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do roll call. President Pro Tem Dyke.
Present.
Councilmember Feldman.
Present.
Councilmember Glasser.
Present.
Councilmember Miller.
Present.
Councilmember Powell.
Present.
Councilmember Schneider.
Present.
Councilmember Stefan. Present. Now we will be swearing in all of the newly or new elected officials. So if you could come up to the podium, please. Thank you. It's your audience. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and I will faithfully perform the duties
of the office of Village Council Member
of the office of Village Council Member
in and for the Village of Almont,
in and for the Village of Almont,
County of Lapeer, and State of Michigan,
County of Lapeer, State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. I need you to stand.
Congratulations.
We'll now open nominations for council president.
I'll nominate Tim Dyke for council president.
Second.
Hearing no other nominations, I declare the nominations closed. So now I need a motion.
Make a motion to appoint Councilmember Dyke as the president of Village Council. Second.
Speed.
Dyke. We'll do a roll call. Dyke.
Present.
Feldman.
Yay.
Glasser.
Oh, that was the vote?
Yes.
Abstain.
Sorry. Sorry about that. I was not clear.
I abstain.
Okay. Miller.
Yes.
Powell.
Yay.
Schneider.
Yay.
Steffler. Aye. I will now turn the meeting over to President Dyke.
Open the nominations for President Pro Tem.
I'll nominate Steven Schneider.
Steffler.
Support.
nominations? Nominations are closed. So we'll take a roll call on the vote for the nomination. Councilmember Glasser,
Schneider.
Councilmember Feldman,
Steffler.
Councilmember Schneider,
Abstain.
Councilmember Steffler,
Abstain.
Councilmember Powell,
Steffler.
Councilmember Miller.
Stepler.
Councilmember Steffler has been appointed the president pro tem of the village council.
Was that your vote? Was Steffler?
Steffler.
Okay.
Now that the president pro tem and president have been set, before we start the meeting, I'm just gonna remind both council and audience that this is a conductive meeting, business meeting of the village council. So when council members are addressing any agenda member, any public comment personnel or anybody on the agenda speaking, that they will be conducted with respect, and the audience, we will ask the same of you. Moving forward, we have one communication. It was from the Clinton River Watershed Council, and it gives an overview of what they provide and what our fees will be for coming over the next 5 years. For those unfamiliar, the Clinton River Watershed assists us with projects along the Clinton River. If you go to the local park, you'll see a sign,
2 new signs.
2 signs that specify our area and what the entire watershed looks like. We rejoined that. We rejoined that entity a couple this year, and it's been beneficial for the village. Moving on from communications, consent agenda. Anybody have anything on meeting minutes from the November 6th council meeting? None. General fund. Major streets. Local streets. Parks and Recreation Fund. Downtown Development Authority Fund. Sewer Fund. Water Fund. Equipment Fund. Payroll report. Water report. DPW activity report. DPW report. The OEO officer report. CCA report. Village financial position report. Clerk's report. Almont Fire Department report. I'll move for a motion on approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Motion moved by Councilmember Steffler. Who made the second? By Councilmember Schneider. Second to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Consent agenda passes. Now is the time on our agenda for public comment for anything on our regular agenda. Do we have any public comment tonight for a regular agenda item? If not, moving forward, the first agenda item tonight is the DDA requesting a street closure. Angela, would you like to present?
I think all the information's in the.
Council have any questions, concerns, comments?
Had 2 requests? Or do we have just one?
It's just one request, because closure of Van Dyke is not up to us, that's MDOT approval.
Yeah, but it's usually up to us whether we submit the application for 53 or not.
Usually do get two.
Kim and Dale are the approved interaction people for MDOT, but I just want to know if it was 2 or if it's just we're going to do it all in one.
Kim, do you have an opinion on that? Do we need 2 motions, 2 approvals?
I don't think we've ever made a motion to request it of MDOT. I believe it was just to approve the local street closure.
Just the concern of having East St. Clair closed for 9 hours on the second Saturday of basically shopping. So the prior weekend is Black Friday and everything else. The next weekend is the first Saturday that shops will be open other than Black Friday downtown. We're going to close East St. Clair for 9 hours. Do we need to close East St. Clair for 9 hours?
Is there an explanation for what events are occurring that requires the closure?
We're gonna have the formal tournament there from 1 to 4, and then, last year we had the fire pits in the street, and then it went on until about 9 o'clock, which is my time ends at 9, so we can move them off the street, but that's the only event that's actually physically held.
That starts at 1 o'clock?
Correct.
Is there a reason why the closure begins at noon? Oh, okay. I see, from noon to 9. Has there been any discussion of holding it at another location? Is there a reason why we're holding the tournament in the street?
It worked out well last year. It's the exact same closure we submitted last year.
Yeah.
So,
It's identical. This is the exact same request that we had approved last year.
Yeah, it's just we've had some concerns expressed about safety turning left onto Van Dyke from Huff Road, and I personally encourage citizens to go to town so they can turn left at the light. It does impact citizens' ability to safely turn left at the light as opposed to turning against traffic going 2 ways. I just wonder if that could be something that's considered by the board, if that's really necessary, or if there's a different location that we could hold the same tournament without impacting the flow of traffic.
I did have 2 business owners on the west side concerned that rerouting traffic coming down East St. Clair, go south. If you're going to go south on Van Dyke, which you basically leave the business shopping district before you turn left to go south. Nobody's going to go north and then turn left onto Van Dyke to park in front on the west side of the street. And they can't obviously drive straight through the lot. Just across Van Dyke on the walking signs.
That's my comments. I don't know if anyone else has comments or questions.
Any other council members have comments or concerns? Is there a motion?
Make the motion that the village council grant approval for the closing of East St. Clair from M53 to Bristol Street from noon to 9 on December 7th, 2024 for the Holiday Light Festival and Parade.
Do we have a second?
Support.
Motion made by Councilmember Schneider, supported by Councilmember Powell to approve the road closure at East St. Clair as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Nay. So that's a 4-3 vote. So it's approved. The motion passes 4-3. So the road closure is approved. Moving on to the next agenda item is the
Police vehicle.
police vehicle purchase. Manager.
Yes, Mr. President, in the packet is a detailed memo about the reason we are looking to purchase 2 police vehicles in advance of our originally discussed budgeted time. The fact that 2 police interceptor version of Ford Explorers are available is a bit of a surprise. So the fact that we were made aware of it, we acted quickly to get you a proposal so that we could buy them at a reduced price because they're 2024 models. So they're offering an incentive to get them off the lot. And we will make efforts to arrange their transportation to Almont at the lowest possible cost to transport them here. But you can see that the bid price is consistent with the sales price from 2023. And the fact that we have one vehicle that is one current police vehicle that is on the verge of inoperable and one that is receiving regular maintenance. We'd like to replace those immediately with these 2 police interceptors as soon as they can be outfitted. So I'm asking for approval to purchase those 2, and I would recommend or have recommended the funding source for them, and I'm hoping you would agree with me. Certainly ready to answer any questions you might have.
Does the general fund have adequate reserves to accommodate option 2 if we were to go forward with that funding option without compromising any other planned expenditures? Okay. Is there any concern with going with a 2024 model over a 2025?
No, not at all. Matter of fact, the 25, the big concern of 25 is will we even be able to get them in 25 if we ordered them now?
If we were to wait, would it be better go with a 25 model instead of the 24 model now?
No.
Didn't think so, just wanted to make sure.
Does this include the outfitting price?
No.
That'll come after purchase?
Yes, we'll be transporting one of our current cars down to one of the sites that would like to look at what is in it currently and see what can be transferred to make it as cost effective as possible. Then we will know
Do we have any kind of range of what we think it might be?
I would have to defer to the chief, but I believe we had just one original rough estimate at $16,000
For both or per car?
Per car.
per car.
That's if everything's new.
So if there's nothing, we can transfer from our old ones to our new ones.
Correct.
Right. I mean, we're still going to re-sticker them. We're still going to do a lot of the customizations that Arrowhead always does.
Anybody else on council?
I also wanted to say that I briefly talked with Chief Willis before the meeting here about the option for a hybrid option. Having worked in at Ford, full disclosure, I no longer work at Ford, but the hybrid option does have the option to save on gas and wear and tear maintenance costs. I know Dale pointed that out in his letter that maintenance cost was an issue. The main concern is the hybrid option not being readily available, and it sounds like these cars are needed pretty urgently. So we talked, and he said it might be something that they look at down the line when they need to purchase police vehicles in the future.
That's a good suggestion.
Anybody else on council?
So just a little bit broader question, maybe not in the next few months, but it maybe something to add to the list for future discussion, Dale, is do we have a 3, 5, 7-year plan for police vehicle?
Long-term fleet replacement strategy.
Yeah, that way we're not surprised when stuff starts breaking down early, and also with maybe a clear life cycle cost estimator. That way we know if we start to put in $1,000 a month, then a vehicle might need to be retired early due to it's going to cost us more to maintain it than to replace it type thing.
But we have actually discussed that because of the condition of the current cars. We would look to a year or 2 years down the road, replace the remaining 2. But of course, that will definitely depend on the maintenance costs that we're seeing coming down the road.
And the last thing I remember, which I would never have considered, but our insurance folks standing in front of us last year before, suggesting a heavier duty push guard on the front of our new vehicles to reduce car deer damage, to reduce our insurance rates. Is that something that we might be considering?
We can investigate that for sure.
It'd be at our next stage with Arrowhead, right? I mean, for that push guard anyways, it's be after this part. The push guard that he's referring to, wouldn't that be Arrowhead that would outfit us with that more than likely at a later stage?
Whoever we end
Whoever
up
outfits it, yeah.
accepting the
right,
bid
yeah.
from.
Right.
Correct.
So
I
that's
believe
something that
that's
we would
been the
dictate.
past practice of previously purchased vehicles, is that we started using that card.
I think we were previously trying to be on a replace one vehicle per year cycle. With this purchase, are we getting back to that frequency?
I think we'd actually be ahead of that because there should be no reason to replace a vehicle after 4 years. So these particular interceptors have excellent life. They have a great reputation. So I'm thinking those vehicles could last 4 or 5 years individually. So if we replace the next 2, say in 2 years, we'll have time gaps where we wouldn't need to actually replace a vehicle.
Council, any other input? Do we have a motion? Do we have a motion?
I will make the motion that the village approve the purchase of the proposed new police interceptors, going forward with option number 2, which would be purchasing it with funds from the general fund in order to have the equipment fund pay it back over the 3-year period.
I'll support.
Who supported it?
Me.
Motion made by Councilmember Snyder, supported by Councilmember Feldman to approve the purchase of the 2 police interceptors as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. That concludes our regular agenda. Now is the time on the agenda for public comment for any issue not on our regular agenda. Do we have public comment tonight? No public comment. Manager Culberson, do you have anything to bring council?
I just wanted to, I wanted to have the chief introduce our new officer as he is here this evening. And I would also like to just, the one item I want to touch base on, we had submitted 2 grants previously that we got word on this week. The first one is the sidewalk grant. We were not funded for that project. There were not a lot of them given out, but they were all maximum grant awards, so that didn't spread the money over a very large area. The other one was the tree planting grant, and we did not receive that grant either. So that is my news for this evening. And I'll hand it over to the chief.
This gentleman over here, this is Officer Jason Zuck. He's our newest member of the Almont Police Department. He comes retired from Shelby Township, working the midnights evidence technician for us. So I'm just glad he's here. I'm glad he's here. We have another one coming at the end of December and another one beginning of February. Welcome.
Chief, do you have anything else to bring up?
No.
Ms. Keeson?
Congratulations again to the newly appointed and reappointed council members.
Same, and I got my questions answered earlier.
Congratulations all. Congratulations, Tim and Mindy. Look forward to working with you.
Schneider?
Saying congratulations, guys. You've got some mighty big shoes to fill. Good luck to you.
Councilmember Steffer?
Yes, so I have an update on the park. So as I mentioned last time, or you may have seen on social media, we are planting 3,000 daffodil bulbs at the park this fall. They're the yellow ones that bloom in the spring, for those who don't know. I've got about 2,200 of them in the ground so far. I have about 1,000 left to go, so I'm looking for volunteers to help. I see lots of students here today. I think you guys might have some volunteer requirements, so see me afterwards, send me an email, have your parents message me on Facebook, whatever. But yeah, could use all the help I can get. It's starting to get cold, and got a little bit of work to do left.
Will that be this weekend?
Mm-hmm. Well, whenever you show up, I will be there. So I've been setting times and dates, and I've had people trickle in and help. But basically, if you want to come, you tell me, and I will meet you there with a shovel. Goes for anybody. As long as I'm not at work, I'm at the park planting bulbs. So I think that's it.
Councilmember Paul?
Yep, congratulations to the new president and pro term and newly appointed council members. Looking forward to working with everyone.
Councilmember Miller?
Same thing. Congratulations. And I do look forward to being on the council and working with everyone. Thank you.
For adjourned students, you can come up and get your agenda signed. Meeting's over.